I want his head. Why is saying that it's a festive period, people are enjoying. Why do you want to kill somebody? People are doing what they need to do. Why do you want to destroy someone's life? Why do you want to destroy someone's image? Everybody's living his life. Why do you want to destroy someone else? So the enemy that you once met, it have not changed. Oh, it's like a snake. It only changes its skin to get bigger. It changes its skin to be more poisonous. It changes things because it's, I just say, I've been feeling here more. They asked the daughter, what do you want? The father is overwhelmed. He said, what do you want, my daughter? Even half of my kingdom, I swear. You see, that just you have to be careful. Either good or bad, there's a price. Because when we're reading through Mark chapter 6, 14, 16, 17, he says that, and the father or the king, Herod, he said he feared John. He honored John. He knew that John was not just a common man. He was not a mere man. He was a man who carries glory or carries God. He knew that John was different. You get my point? He knew that John was a just man. But due to the celebration or due to the fun they were having, he vowed, he said something. And the daughter also is just a little kid, so it will go to the mother, not knowing that the mother have plans, the town. If someone hates you, the person hates you. You cannot do anything to change the mind of the person. If someone hates you, the person hates you. Put that in mind. What you can do is just to pray for the person and you do your part as a Christian. Learning how to live with all other people. Learning to live with all men. That's all. But changing the mind of the person. Say, if the person hates you, you want to change the mind for the person to like you. No. You just do your part. You can't force yourself on people. You can't let people love you the way you love them. That's the problem sometimes good people face, because you give too much and you're expecting that in return. I said this, that when you do good, just do it. Don't expect nothing. Because when you expect something, that's where you are hurt. But when you don't expect nothing, you just do your good action, you give what you need to do, and then that's all. So back to the story. Not knowing that the queen back then have bought John at all. Said, you, John, in our tummy trap, we see some people are waiting for you to be in that tight corner. And now they will bring cases from east and west. They will see a young man doing the work of God. Oh, you never spoke about this man. But the moment he took microphone, he said, I'm born again. God has accepted me. That's why you are bringing all the fowls. You saw the woman. You never spoke about this woman. But the moment you saw her ministering powerfully, oh, she used to live. You see, that's what I say. Is that good or bad? There's a price for it. There's a price. There's a price. Okay. So, after the lady asking the mother, what should I ask for? He said, the head of John. And she came in straightway with haste unto the king and asked, saying, I will thou give me by and by in the charger the head of John the Baptist. 26. And the king was exceeding sorry. Yet for his oath's sake, and for the sakes of which we sat before him, he will not reject her. You know, some people have been in some corner, they cannot do anything anymore. They have promised and vowed certain words that they find themselves in a tight corner. The king had no other thing to do, because he had vowed in front of the whole people or the invitees that were in that room or in that palace. See, so you have to be careful of words. I said good people also can make bad choices. And bad people can also make good choices. It doesn't mean that the person was bad, the person will end bad. It's just the end that matters. Because in between, there can be something called changes can happen. So the person can be good, but because the person have been so much hurt that instead of continuing doing the good thing, the person change and the end will be bad. Or someone will start with that bad attitude, doesn't care anything and those kind of things. But something can happen in between for the person to end up good. Or the person can start bad and end bad, or start good and, you see, but there's a period, that's what I'm saying, in between, that's what matters, because in between comes the attacks, the critics, in between. Because whatever you are doing, see, some people, when they get married, it doesn't collapse like that too. In between the marriage, in between the school, you see people leaving, yes, because in between comes the challenges. Yeah, you started your school well, very good, but in between, oui, ma soeur, de rien, c'est au plaisir à moi. So, one of our French people was just glad for the invitation and all that, but I think we will be doing also in French from time to time. Okay, so 27. And immediately the king sent an executioner and commanded his head to be brought, and he went and beheaded him in prison. You get my point? So what the woman or the queen wanted was the head. So it doesn't matter. She was just waiting for the time to happen. So either good or bad, there's a price to pay. Wow. So we have to be careful as we are reading. We have to be picking up the knowledge in it, the lessons in it, the revelation in it. That no, the king said what he was not supposed to, and this of course, because asking a little girl, what do you want? Even my half of my what? My kingdom. And you know why? It's because the king was overwhelmed and he was so much happy that I think he was just saying things like that. Or sometimes we say things because people are around, he invited his friends and all that. So he wanted to impress them. And by impressing them, he was a good king, but he made what? The wrong choice. Or he asked the wrong what? Question. That's how it is. Because the moment you are having that good time, be careful that you don't lose your essence as a Christian. You don't lose your focus as a Christian. Some Christians will be there and you see that, hey, they'll end up being in some place. You see them knocking their head. Say, hey, I'm a Christian. Hallelujah. So that's how it is. We have to be Christian all the time. Don't just choose some particular moment and no. All the time. And this is how it happened. Okay, let's proceed. So as I said, a good person or good people mostly have been taken for granted. A good person will be cheated on, abused, suffer. A good person goes through it all. Because a good person, you try always to help. You try to bring solution on table. A good person always want to, help. But at the end of the day, they think that either you are doing too much or either you want people to, see you as better than someone. You see, because the person have a bad motive. So whatever you do, even is as good, the person is still thinking that you are doing it for people to see that you're doing something. Because in his mind, that is how bad people will do. Bad people, they will do things for people to accept them. Yes, bad people, they will come and, they want to be by force your friend. Hey! And I said bad people, so what happened to them? At the end, they suffer. At the end, they regret. At the end, they pay it badly. The end is always terrifying and terrible for them. They always end up by confessing. You see, a bad person, you will see by the end how it happens. Okay, Genesis chapter 39. Let's go straight to Genesis 39 and let's see what the word is saying. So Genesis 39 verse 10. Genesis 39 verse 10. If you have your Bibles, let's go there. Genesis 39 verse 10. So, it came to pass that she spake to Joseph day by day, and he had hardened not unto him to lay by her or to be with her. So this this story we know is about Joseph and Potiphar's wife, and she tried day by day. So I want to pick some key points here, day by day. So being a good person does not determine on only today. Being a good person was not based on yesterday. Being a Christian is not what I did 10 years back. Being a true believer is not what I did last month. No, it's what I'm doing today, what I will do tomorrow. You see, it continues. It's because the queen also, or his madam, came to him day by day. Every day she was coming for the same thing. So some people, in fact, I was able to resist, but now I've given up. Why? Because it's coming day by day, and I know the day. Because it's not that. It's because we have to renew our strength each and every day. Because doing good or doing bad, we have a price to pay. It can be today. You can do whatever you want to do today, but tomorrow there's a price for it. You can do whatever you want to do right now. You are a young guy, you are a young woman. Oh, I still have years ahead. I will change when I get older. I will enjoy life. Mamim blow me time. But you can do whatever you want to do, but there's a price. That I want you to draw your attention to that. You can think whatever you want to think. You can talk however you want to talk. You can listen to whatever you want to listen. You can do the work of God anyhow you want it. You can do whatever you want to do in your church. You can play around with your Christian life. You can joke with the Bible. You can do whatever you want to do. Just do it. But remember, there is a price to pay. Whatever you do with your life, every single word that cometh, how you think, how you read, everything you do, there's a price for it. 11. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business. He was just minding his business. Joseph was just doing his work. Joseph was just occupying what he needs to do. He was just an innocent boy. You can be an innocent woman. You can be an innocent girl. You can be an innocent man. But something can happen. Look at what happened. Good people. He rejected the proposal of the madam that I cannot do that. God forbid that I will find myself in. But instead of the good person being rewarded with good, look at what happened now. That Joseph was into the house doing his business, and there was none of the men of the house within him. So it happened when he was alone with the madam. Something can happen. Some story can pop up in the air. Either good or bad. You don't know how it is, but you just join the conversation. Oh, there is a man of God. There is this woman. This have happened. This have happened. You don't know the story, but you are just spreading it like that. Be careful. I'm warning you. Whatever you do today, there is a price for it. If you have disgraced a man of God, and you, after this message, you don't call to apologize, you don't call and beg for mercy, there is a price for it. If you have said anything concerning any innocent person on this earth, and you have spread any rumor, anything that you have said, just swallow your pride and call the person gently, quietly. Master, I said this, I said that. And the person should release you. Because whatever you do today, the person will not say anything. By the prayer to Yahweh, heaven will hear. So whatever we do, we have to be careful. Whatever we say, how we do things. So, getting to the story of Joseph, that there is no one. So who can be a witness to Joseph? Because you, the madam, and the servant, and the madam is saying that the servant have done this. How can the servant, or how can the employee battle with what the manager? There was no witness. There was no CCTV camera. There was no watchman. There was nobody. Just two of you guys. The madam and Joseph. The good people. Doing good. It takes a lot than just say, have done it yesterday. Doing good is not only by words, doing good or keeping it, keeping doing that. It's not just by, oh, that's